and then the Hardys and the Dudley Boys. They like the match was fine. There was a couple cool spots, like Jeff jumping. It's like a tribute match.
You could tell it was a tribute match.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, they were. You're talking about two guys who definitely could still go in the Hardys,
right?
But they've kept themselves going and like in ring shape, working full schedules for a while now. You know, that's different than Bubba and Devon going, we're going to come back and have one more big high profile match. Right. And we are banged up, guys.
Also, the Hardys were pretty safe about a lot of the spots that they put.
I thought they did a good job.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it. Of course, it wasn't anybody that went into that and went, oh, this is going to be wicked fucked up, because WrestleMania 17 was when they were all in their like late 20s. Sorry, guys. Bubba and Devon are in their 50s or early 60s now.
Right.
So, like, no.
Yeah.
And I apologize to both of them if I'm way off on that and just said they're in their 60s and they're like 51 or something. Whatever, guys.
Well, which one's older? Is Bubba Ray older?
I think Devon is by a couple years. But I could be wrong on that. I don't know.
So Bubba Ray's 54.
Okay.
And Devon,
he's probably similar.
Is 53. So
okay, so Bubba Ray's older by a year. Cool.
Still 50.
Okay.
So
yes, that's how you make it right. You just look their age up. Thank you.
Yeah. It ain't. I'll tell you, that's not young though.
But it's not young when you've been on the road for 30 years or whatever. You know.
Right.
And they spent a lot of their adult life working.
There was a spot. Jeff jumped off a ladder through a table. And
it looked wicked beat.
It looked like Jeff hit his head on a.
It did on the ladder,
like one of the rungs.
That was beat. But he seemed to be okay.
Yeah, like I think because I'm pretty sure he did. It looked like after he landed, he looked at the ref and he said, "Did I hit my head?" Like,
yeah,
it looked
and
like
he was like
asking.
checking to make sure he wasn't bleeding and shit. Yeah,
and
I remember that
because he didn't jump very far off the ladder. And that might have been partially to protect.
I think he was trying. I think he didn't want to land on him too bad
because
he's trying to catch him with his legs, and that's why they had two tables next to each other.
And in the past, Devon has been like, "I hate taking the swanton." Like he said that.
Yeah,
he's like been like, "I hate taking it."
You could tell this match was Jeff and Matt, who are the guys that can still do it at any semblance of the level they used to. Yes. Giving like a thank you to the Dudleys.
Yes.
By whole protecting them, taking care of them, and giving them a retirement match that they can have to get to have that moment. Because that whole match, it was cool, but it openly told that story of like, these are the guys that like, they just can't do it anymore.
Right.
And that's the only reason that the Hardys are going to get the best of them.
And they did a good job with the finish. And they were like, well, they had Bubba Ray in the ring and they're like, I'm sorry. It's like, we got to put you through the table.
Yeah, he did it. It was cool. Like, he had his Ric Flair saying,
it's like, we're putting you out. Like, this is
he turned around and looked at him like, yeah, this is it.
It's time.
It was almost like, it was cool out of character because it was almost like they were working the match and they just locked in. And that was the first time during or since they started the match that Bubba finally like stopped, turned around, and in character he was saying, it's time, take me out.
Right.
But you could see him almost take a, maybe not a long moment, but you could tell he was like looking around like, oh my God, this is the last
time.
This is the last bump of my career, so to speak,
Right.
And then he was like, okay, do it. They did it. And then afterwards was what was the most valuable moment of that the whole reason they did that, in my opinion, was so that they could like say goodbye to each other in the ring after the match. They all hugged and took a bow together, and then the Dudleys like took their boots off and gave them their boots, and like the Hardys were like crying over that.
Yeah, that was
something special.
Tough to watch. Like I'd be lying if I didn't get choked up a little.
No, I was super choked because, dude, when we were
kids, that was my childhood.
Watching the Hardys and Dudleys and Edge and Christian were the coolest shit in wrestling when we were kids. Yeah. It was them on one channel and the cruiserweights on WCW. Mm-hmm. With like Addie and Ray and Psychosis. I mean, shit, like Ultimo Dragon.
Every wrestling video game I played was like I'd play the Hardys and the Dudleys because that's
or Edge and Christian
match.
Yeah,
exactly. So like it was just always part of each other. Jeff like always had a very specific vibe
that I loved as a kid.
And it was
Jeff was my favorite of all six as a kid.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
He just had like a style. the like neon and shit was really
He had
cool.
it. He had that
Yes.
intangible thing that made him stand out among all of them.
Right. Yeah.
So did Edge, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. Edge definitely did for sure.
But I thought Jeff did even more than Edge.
Yeah. Well, Edge. Yeah. I think it was like, I think the Jeff Hardy attire carried him so far too.
Yeah.
And also
his
he was
attire,
just
the sleeves and the moving and stuff. Yeah.
He was just ballsy.
He was hard, dude. I loved him.
Dude, some of the shit he did, like jumping off rafters and shit, you're just like, I can't even believe he even did that.
So many memorable moments. Taking the spear in 17.
That was crazy.
The swing off the ladder spear, dude.
That's
I don't know who got it worse between him and Edge from that, though. They both go, that this absolutely destroyed my body. It's like, I'm shocked.
I mean, at least Edge kind of like lands on his knees ish.
He said that destroyed him, dude.
Yeah.
Destroyed him. So I don't know.
But Jeff, like, you're going straight on your back, like
from about 20 feet or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not an average 10-foot ladder. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's got to be 15 at least.
At the minimum. Yeah, at the minimum.
Yeah, at least you're hitting the center of the ring, I guess.
Sure.
That's the only thing you can really take away from that.
But yeah, that was like the big moment of the whole show for me.